So we just got finished watching King and Queen of the Ring, and we're going to do our recap of the show here live with you guys in one take. So you'll check this out on YouTube at a later time, but we literally just ended, and we're going to start with the hot topic of conversation right now, and that is Uncle Howdy not showing up at the very end. Now, a lot of people leading into this week, we felt like Uncle Howdy was going to be there. We felt that Uncle Howdy or something was going to happen here today, with it being Bo Dallas's birthday and all of that stuff. But when Thursday rolled around, we were watching that Twitch stream, and there was no hints that it was happening this Saturday. There was nothing pointing in that direction. There was nothing definitive that made us feel like, Uncle Howdy's going to show up. There was a possibility, and a lot of people got their hopes up to that level, but it's looking more and more like it's going to happen at a later time. So it is what it is. I'm not too upset about it. And I'm actually very excited to continue to follow the Uncle Howdy story with the QR codes and everything going on. But yeah, we just got finished watching King of the Ring. And I got to say, right up until the finish of that main event, I enjoyed it. I thought the match quality was really strong across the card. I thought we had some great matchups and honestly, some decent storyline development as well. I think the right Queen and King of the Ring winners were crowned, so let's get right into it. So, I'm going to start off here with Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes, because I'm sure that's what everybody kind of wants to talk about right now. Cody Rhodes, Logan Paul, one-on-one for the WWE Championship. Strong match that was centered around Logan Paul cheating, and I loved it. Loved every second of it right up until the very end. The best spot of this entire match was Logan Paul's interaction with Michael Cole and Corey Graves standing up for Michael Cole. Like, top tier work from Michael, top tier work for Logan Paul. Like, his ad-libs in between the moves were like MJF levels during this match. No joke. Remember when Cody Rhodes locked in the figure four leg lock and Logan Paul screaming at the top of his lungs? Like, chill, Cody, chill. You're gonna break my legs. Loved it. Great matchup by everyone involved right there. But the finish, let's talk about it, all right? The finish was literally Logan Paul getting dragged out of the ring by that ring announcer. I don't know who he is. Abraham something. Apparently he's pretty popular over in Saudi. And so like the local crowd would have reacted pretty strongly to it, seeing that guy get involved in that match. But what I'm asking here is, where was LA Knight? LA Knight was shown at ringside before the matchup. We could have started to build to LA Knight Logan Paul. That could have been LA Knight interjecting himself in that match with the referee down, and absolutely could have been the reason that Logan Paul lost that match. So I'm a little concerned with what the thought process was there, unless Saudi was just like, he has to do this at the end. We have to get him involved. And so if that was the case, then WWE may have had their arms tied a little bit, their hands tied with that one. But yeah, in the end, Logan Paul loses to Cody Rhodes via not one, not two, but 3 crossroads. Great matchup with a kind of mid-end. Now let's talk about the King and Queen of the Ring. Let's talk about the Queen of the Ring to start off with, as Nia Jax defeated Lyra Valkyria in what I thought was a really strong matchup. Lyra Valkyria is a star. The Bird Lady is going to take over WWE. There's no question about that. At some point, she will be champion, and it may happen sooner than we're all expecting. However, Nia Jax has arrived, and I love this for Nia. We all clowned on Nia so hard during that first run, where she just couldn't do anything right in the eyes of the fans. She just kept hurting people, and it was tough to watch as a fan. But then when she went away and came back, things changed. Nia was really good this entire run since she's come back, and she's been so solid in the ring, delivering in main events, and now she's Queen of the Ring, and I think it's the right call. I don't know how Nia Jax could have lost this match, to be perfectly honest with you. It could have made a new star in Lyra Valkyria, but Nia needs the win too, right? And you saw the emotion from Nia Jax after the match. She was literally breaking down into tears after Triple H handed her the crown, put it on her head, and then the announcer announced her as the Queen of the Ring winner. She worked her ass off to get to this spot. She worked so damn hard to get back to this, and this run has been truly awesome by Nia Jax, so congratulations, Nia. You deserve it. Speaking about somebody else who deserves it is the King General, Gunther, who defeats Randy Orton in an awesome match, man. Truly, truly awesome matchup that we witnessed. It was a back and forth matchup that centered around Randy Orton having an injured knee. And I love when Randy Orton does this selling, man. Like the knee in the back of Randy Orton. I said this during the live stream that Randy Orton, ever since he got his back surgically repaired and he's come back from that surgery, he now has an Achilles heel. He's got a weakness. And when these wrestlers start targeting it, I buy in. Randy Orton's matches have become so much more dramatic since returning from injury. And his selling, his selling, man. His selling was top tier. His selling was masterful, man. It was world class here today. And Randy Orton came so close to winning the King of the Ring tournament. However, the right person won. It is Gunther who got that crown put on top of his head, and he is going to SummerSlam to face potentially the winner of Damian Priest and what's that other dude's name? Oh my God, one take here. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. How'd I forget Drew? Drew, don't hate me, dude. So Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest has been announced for Clash at the Castle. It's probably Drew McIntyre winning that, and then we're probably getting Gunther versus Drew at SummerSlam, which I'm kind of here for, man. I'm legitimately here for, so should be good. Oh my God, I got to add this in here really quickly towards the end. Randy Orton's shoulder was up in the pinfall of the King of the Ring match, though. So, Gunther got a big win. Totally forgot Randy Orton's shoulder was up, so that's going to cause some controversy moving forward. But yeah, figured I'd just add that in here. We then also opened up the show with Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan, and what I thought was, again, the consistent theme of the night, a strong matchup. Becky and Liv tore the house down. They truly did. In the end, Liv Morgan... Actually, let's dial that back a little bit before I get to that. Towards the end, Dominic Mysterio interjected himself into this matchup, believe it or not. And there's been some issues with Dom and Liv, and Dom has said that he wanted to make sure Liv Morgan didn't take Mommy's title. That didn't happen. Dominic Mysterio threw a steel chair into the ring towards Becky Lynch, and he was telling Becky to use it, distracted the referee, opening up an opportunity for Liv Morgan to hit a DDT on the steel chair and walking out with the championship after an oblivion. What a finish. Liv Morgan is your champion, and we have so much drama moving forward. We don't know if we're going to see Liv and Dom as a partner, like as a duo, as a couple, as something like that. We don't know if there's maybe some more stuff being involved with Finn Balor and Liv Morgan. There's a lot that we got to look into with that story, but all we do know is Liv Morgan is now your women's champion, and I'm thrilled for her. You know, this is also why when she didn't win the Battle Royal, everything was okay. All right, for people who have been watching wrestling for a while, this is how stories work, right? It's absolutely how stories are built, and you can't just give the ending of the story away right at the start of it, right? And Liv Morgan needed to go through this story, needed to go towards the big win in Saudi, and she got it. She got it. So Liv Morgan finally crowned as world champion, and there is a bit of a question, you know, could she have done it without Dom and all of that? But it still felt like a clean win over someone established, right? Over Becky Lynch. I know it wasn't clean, but it felt clean. It felt so much cleaner than her cashing in Money in the Bank to become champion. That felt like that was a fluke. This felt like Liv Morgan has arrived. So Liv as champion is so good, and I'm beyond thrilled for her. And then that brings us into the last match that we're going to talk about, the triple threat Intercontinental Championship match between Bronson Reed, Chad Gable, and Sami Zayn. I might say that this was my favorite match of the night. I think it was. This match cooked. There's no other way to put it. That is a perfect triple threat match in my eyes. It had everything. It had nonstop action. It had drama. It had like maybe like a slight tease of a face turn with Otis and Chad Gable. And then, of course, the right person won, prolonging the main story of Chad versus Sami Zayn. If you guys didn't see what ended up happening towards the end of the match, Otis and Chad Gable were kind of like this for a little bit, Chad Gable was telling Otis what to do, telling him he needs to hit Sami Zayn. And Otis was having a little bit of troubles doing it. He didn't know if he wanted to hit him or not. Didn't know if he wanted to listen to Chad Gable or not. But after a little bit of thinking, he runs at Sami Zayn, looking like he was actually going to do it. Sami ducks out of the way, and Chad Gable gets clocked. That opens up the opportunity for Sami Zayn to slide back into the ring, and he hits a haluva kick on Bronson Reed for the 1, 2, 3. So, coming out of that, we still have a very hot feud between Sami and Chad Gable, and the prolonging of Chad Gable winning the Intercontinental Championship from Sami is a lot of fun to watch. But what we don't know right now is truly where Otis's allegiance is. Is he actually on Chad Gable's side? Because, like, we do know Otis attacked Gable, but it wasn't like he attacked him. It wasn't like he meant for it. He ran at him, but Sami Zayn ducked out of the way, and that's how he connected with Chad Gable. So we still have a lot of drama there with that story that we're going to need to figure out what's going on and all that. But, dude, honestly, I really enjoyed this pay-per-view. It's not a perfect pay-per-view, but for sitting here during the day on a Saturday, it was so refreshing just to watch. It didn't overstay its welcome, and the main event delivered, in my opinion, minus the ending of the main event. I really only have that one minor concern with the show. It was overall really, really well done. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it was the best pay-per-view I've ever seen, but like the crowd elevated it. They were singing the entire night, singing to Randy Orton's theme song. It was just great. It was really great, man. So in the end here, I'm going to give this a very, very, very solid 8 out of 10 for my rating here tonight. I loved the matchups. I loved the pacing of the show. And to me, it was a good pay-per-view from WWE. But I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. Give me everything down below. All right, guys, give me your entire review of the show. I'd love to read it. Maybe we'll check out some of these comments on Monday during the Monday Night Raw live stream. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and we will see you with more videos very, very shortly.